Hey everyone, Tin Man here with my first game in the new patch after they have adjusted the Primordial Alliance and reworked Arc Warden and added Lycan as a new hunter. I still think Tiny is a top tier pick, so we're going to pick him up right here to start off. So they changed the Primordial buff, and you can check out my full patch analysis video from earlier today. But basically now the Primordial buff has a chance to slow attackers for a single attack rather than disarm them for a period of time. So it still kind of fulfills that same role in like a defensive synergy, but not quite as frustrating to play against, I don't think. I don't really like Retaliate, not at that low of a level, but honestly, these other options aren't all that great. I think I'll pick up Vitality Booster, but I'm not thrilled about it. Retaliate only dealing 30 damage, I think is pretty weak. I don't. Maybe it is better than just a Vitality Booster. It's hard to tell this early on whether or not I'll be playing that many scaled. If I am playing like a Warriors build, I'll definitely be playing Slarter and Tidehunter, but it's really hard to say that early on. Whereas Vitality Booster is going to be reasonable at all points in the game here. It won't be great, but it'll be fine. Pretty obviously, we want to pick up the second Tiny and Razor for the Primordial Alliance. I think that was pretty straightforward. Not much decisions there. Okay, so here we've got a Chainmail or Brooch the Martyr, I think are the two best options. A lot of people picking up Tooth and Claw. Okay, so there's going to be like a lot of these Savage builds out there. There's 3 people that just picked them up. So perhaps we're going to look more towards... well, I don't even know if Warriors are that great into Savages. They probably aren't all that great. But perhaps like Primordial Mages? Obviously the Arc Warden build is no longer a thing. If a lot of people are playing like Savages, they want longer fights. They want drawn out fights to stack up that bleed and let that tick away. But if we play like a Mage's burst kind of damage, that could potentially beat them. Alright, so Pocket Sand is a great item, but not really at 1 star. It only affects them for 1 second, and I'm not that interested in it. If it was a 2 star, I'd totally pick it up. Instead, we're going to pick up Claymore and throw that on one of our damage dealers. Oh my gosh, we got double Morphling? Alright, so I know Primordials are not really the meta comp right now. I mean, well, they got reworked. I don't know if they're the meta comp anymore, but we're gonna find out, aren't we? I'm not really forcing this. That's just how all of these just came together for us, so we'll see how well they work out. It's really nice the way they changed the assassins too in the patch. They didn't change it just today, but they changed the assassins recently where they won't move if they're already in range of somebody. So that way you can use Morphling kind of as a frontliner because he won't move, and as we just saw right there, right as he gets enough mana, he's going to cast his ult and kind of dash back to safety and also hit everybody along the way. So that was a pretty good opening round, and we're just going to add a second Morphling in once we level up here. Question is, do I level up again? I don't have anybody great to put in, and because I don't have any 2-star units, I'm not really thrilled about trying to level up and trying to defend a win streak here. If I had gotten a 2-star Razor or something, then perhaps. Instead, we're just going to pick up some Hunters. I think Hunters might be an interesting meta option since Lycan is now a Hunter. Yeah, see, this guy's got two 2-star units, so we're probably not going to be able to beat this. Even if we had a 5th unit. So I wasn't terribly thrilled about trying to defend a win streak here. Let's scout out our opponent's board. So one person has picked up a 1-star Hunter's Focus, but also has Assassins. People on Scrappy, the 3 people with the Tooth and Claw. And what else? Anything else interesting? no one else has a primordial buff yet, so that kind of bodes well for us. I'm not really too interested in Ogre Magi as a mage. He's a pretty lackluster mage, but I am interested in 2-star Morphling. So there's another Beastmaster and a pair of Lunas. What do I want to put in? I think Beastmaster's like the best standalone unit. Since we don't have the win streak, I'm still not going to try to defend that. And I'm going to shift everybody kind of off to the side here and hopefully focus more attention on my 1-2-star unit, this Morphling, who's going to be tankier, has more health, and can get his cast off quicker to deal more damage. Like that. Whereas opposed if we were in the middle, then more people are going to attack the Beastmaster and they're going to attack the Tiny. The pair of Lunas is also a little appealing, but I don't really see how we get that without losing... I guess we could lose Tusk and Enchantress. You know, I'm okay with that. Picking up a pair of a really good unit like Luna, I think is worthwhile here to lose a pair of Enchantress, who's kind of a mediocre unit, and Tusk, who kind of can go into some builds, but, well, there we get paid off. So this is why you always pick up pairs. So we get a pair of Lunas and a pair of Lycans. I just want to pick up pairs. Lycan is now a hunter. So I'm going to put Luna in over Beastmaster and then move this over to Luna. And then how do I get the second Lycan? Do I sell off? I think I have to sell off Slardar and hope I win this fight. Which I think I do. Yes. Sweet. If I didn't win this fight, it would be tough. I would sell off Razor. Kind of looking like we're going Hunters just because of the pair of Lycans, pair of Beastmasters. But we could go Mages or we could go Knights because of Luna. So we got a lot of options. A lot of good options, and we'll see which way it falls. But yeah, Lycan now being a hunter is very interesting. It makes a lot of new builds possible. There's a 2-star Razor, and we just have never had enough gold to level up. So we're just going to naturally tick up on round 9, and there's no real sense in doing much else. We'll just pick up a pair of Venomancers. Always picking up pairs. I still think this is a reasonable formation. We want most aggro focused on our Morphling. And if they're coming in from this side, some of them will hit onto Razor as well. And that's fine because he's pretty tanky. Meanwhile, Luna's like in the most protected spot, which is great because she's our biggest damage dealer. Well, that Luna and Morphling. They're both dealing lots of damage. Alright, now here on round 9, we're going to get put another unit in. Probably just Lycan is probably the best standalone unit. Or Beastmaster. Or if we get a 2-star unit of any sort, we'll put that in. I guess I can actually buy these two here just, you know, in the off chance that we get like double anti-mage in one pack. We did not, but we do get a Wind Ranger who is reasonably good into hunters. I mean, you need it for a hunter's comp. Just gonna pick that up, and I can't really sell off for interest. So after this round, we'll just pick up everybody else by using the same trick of throwing guys onto our board. This opponent's got a 2-star Treant Protector. That's gonna hurt. Even after his nerf, he's still pretty strong this early on in the game. Yep. Alright. So, I think we're leaning heavily towards hunters, although things like mages and, well, not really knights make a strong argument. I'm going to put the units on board that I'm most likely to sell off here. Or I guess, oh, hello. Okay. Well, this is why we constantly pick up pairs, right? I want that other Razor. Okay, so let's get rid of Treant just to clear a bench space. And then suddenly our whole board's 2-starred. Maybe I bought too many units. No, it's fine. It's all right. We're not grabbing interest, which is a little risky. But we just have so many pairs and so many different directions to go. It's hard to say we should be selling things off for interest at this point. So what kind of builds does Venomancer go into? Savages and Warlocks are not really a prime combination with the rest of our board. I guess Savages kind of works with Lycan, but Hunter builds don't really have Warlocks in them. So it's hard to say where that'll fit in. Ooh, Arcane Boots is actually one of my favorite items now that it affects 2 squares away. Really makes it a lot easier to get kind of the maximum value and hit everybody on your board with it. There's a Beastmaster. Okay, so I think we're really into this this Hunter strategy more so than the Primordials or any of the other options. So I'm going to put this in over the Venomancer because I think he's a stronger individual unit. And we're going to sell off the Razors for interest. And then we're going to pick up Drow Ranger after interest locks in. So we're definitely going to level up on round 13. That'll be when our experience is a good multiple of 4. So we just need to spend 5 gold at that point. And until then, we can kind of sit on our interest as much as we can and try to build up our gold. Because our gold is definitely behind everybody else. If we take a look at net worth, I think we're probably bottom on the table. Oh yeah. But that's just because we've had so many things we've wanted to buy at every round that, you know, it was hard to ever save up. So how do we get up to 20 gold here? Do we get rid of the Venomancer? I know we just leveled him up, but we don't really lose any gold for selling off a 1-star unit like that. And I think because the Beastmaster, we're really looking at more at Hunters than any other strategy at the moment. I guess we can hedge a little bit into Knights, but I don't think we're going to play Primordials long term. There is one other person on Hunters. One person has this Hunter Alliance, but doesn't look like they're... maybe they are kind of going for it. Oh boy, we just got wrecked. Yikes. That hurts. What was their build? Druids? Like a million different alliances? Yeah. Alright, fair enough. Okay, so now we get to level up. Grab another Wind Ranger, put in another Hunter. I kind of want another Hunter. But I don't have any of them to 2-star. I've got all the pairs of Hunters. I also have some more Knights here, but I really think we're further along the path of Hunters that I'm more interested in giving that a go. Really need to complete some of these pairs though. The Wind Ranger and the Drow Ranger. In the meantime though, our build is pretty reasonable. I guess we could... I don't really want to sub out like the Razor or like the Tiny or the Luna. I don't want to sub out any of my non-hunters for a hunter. I guess I can still continue to hedge into Knights. I did lose the Chaos Knight, but I had to do that for interest because we know that we're super low on net worth. We need to squeeze every point of interest out of this as we can. There's a Drow Ranger. Okay, so a Drow Ranger I think can convince me to replace the Razor. I think Razor is kind of lowest DPS, right? Yeah. And then that really like solidifies me into this strategy. Oh, did not get that out in time. I was about to put it on on Draw Ranger, and I'm like, she doesn't have mana. That wouldn't work. Oh well, we still win this fight, even without the arcane boots. All right, so what is the best support for hunters? So obviously you want to run the 6 hunters, but then what are your other units that you're going to run? To figure that out, we generally want to look at what the other synergies are that we have around. So obviously we just got the 3 hunters now. We're going to have one option is elusive. If you run Wind Ranger plus Mirana, that's already 2 elusive, and your 3rd elusive would be something like Treant Protector. That's actually really convenient because then you compare Treant Protector with Lone Druid, who now goes with Lycan for the Savage Alliance. So I think that's probably the ideal option here, although I may consider just running with this Primordials for a while. It seems pretty strong. We couldn't really sell off to get up to 40 gold this turn, so we just sat on our current total. And I guess we do want a Heartless. Does Heartless work? How could we throw a Heartless? Would have to be a 9th unit at that point, right? If we want to do the 6 hunters plus the 2 druids, Heartless would have to be a 9th unit. Somebody like Pudge at that point. Hopefully we can find Hunter's Focus. We haven't seen one of those yet. Or we can grab a Fall from Grace, make my humans heartless, namely Lycan, and all of a sudden we got the Heartless Alliance. There we go. I just answered my own question. You just wonder how you're going to find the Heartless Alliance, and bam, just shows up in the form of an item. We did have to miss out on Skullbasher, which was a little disappointing, but I think, a -5 armor to their whole board is better than, buffing up one of our units. Just one. Now we get to buff all of our units, essentially. So we're getting closer to 50 gold, and we have a reasonably strong composition. This is the basically undefeated first place person, so I'm not terribly optimistic about beating them, but it's possible. Oh boy, they've got a Phantom Assassin with a Mask of Madness, with a buffed Mask of Madness. That's so good. 20% lifesteal, 60% attack speed. It's just absurd. Oh, we almost beat him too. Oh no. Oh, that's frustrating. Oh man. Okay, so our comp is really that good. We were close to winning that fight against the top player. So I just realized how many other people are going hunters now. That's not ideal. I mean, I still stand by it. We already have 2 2-stars and then 2 more pairs of hunters. And at the time, we're like, okay, one other person's probably going hunters. And then now, everybody's on the hunter train. I think we still stay the course with it. I mean, there's not a whole lot of other options at this point. We've kind of gone down this path, and there's not a whole lot of ways to get out of it. What would be the ways to get out of it if I could? Would be like knights. Is there anybody on knights? No. Suppose we can pick up Omni Knight. Omni Knight's not a very good knight, and I know we've passed up on a whole lot of them that I'm really not thrilled about going down that route. But if we just get a pack that has 3 Chaos Knights in it, maybe we'll give it a shot. Oh, should I have leveled up this turn? Leveled up to 7. Maybe I should have. I was too busy focusing on the interest. I probably should have leveled up then. I'm going to level up now and put in, I guess, a Wind Ranger. And we can sell off can't sell off up to 50 gold, so it's not that big a deal.
Let's prove we're the best.
3-star Enchantress. Yikes. Luckily their Treant's on the edge, and I think we can just focus fire him down. Or tiny toss him away. That too. What is the DPS like? I was about to say, I was curious how much Luna's doing. Beastmaster does a whole lot more than Luna, but both pretty strong. Ooh, you know what item would be sweet? Forged in battle. If we can get a tier 3 forged in battle, this Beastmaster would be crazy. Or Hunter's Focus, of course. So, we're looking now for any hunters, we're looking for lone druids, we're looking for treant protectors, and that's everything we want all in one pack. Look at that. So we can get the treant protector out there, we're going to grab a sniper, we're going to grab a Marana, and can I just make 6 hunters now? Yes, I can. Wait, but then I'd have to ditch. I'd be putting in 3 1-star hunters over 3 2-star units, so I'm not... we'll stick with just 3 hunters for the moment. Arguably, I could have put in like Marana over... Oh, not over Lycan, because Lycan gives me the Heartless bonus. Never mind. I was going to say Lycan, because he's the 1-star hunter, but he's also our Heartless, so I don't want to replace that just yet. But I could put in Marana to give the Elusive bonus along with Treant and Luna. But I think this comp is fine as is until we level up again, which will probably be on round 21, at which point we might look to replace the 2 Primordials with 2 more hunters, or 3 hunters, because we'll level up. But even then, if they're not 2-star, maybe not. I mean, look at the damage that Morphling's providing. Tiny's a good CC machine. I don't know if putting in a bunch of 1-star hunters really makes up for that difference. Okay, so we're up against the round 20 creeps, and here you want to kind of split your units up so that you divide your damage between the both of them. If you deal too much to any one target, the other one will enrage, and it'll be very hard to beat it. So I think this is a reasonable split here. Try to deal equal damage to each of them. That was pretty effective. Or almost. Yeah, okay, well, I forgot that one of them has more armor than the other, meaning that maybe I stacked the wrong side. One of them went down way faster than the other. Oh well. We got it. We got it. So, do I want to level up here? I think I do. Let's pick up a Sacred Relic. That's a pretty sweet damage item. And, you know, we're going to level up right now. It'll cost us a point of interest next turn, but whatever. What's 1 point? In exchange, we can throw in the hunters. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's worth it. In any case, we're going to throw in the 1 Elusive Hunter. I think I'm just going to stick with this. I'm not going to throw in Sniper and Wind Ranger just yet. We're going to stick with the Primordials for another turn or two and see how those go. Because they are doing a whole lot of work. They're still very strong. And I am not opposed to having them here. Like, that was a big stun from Tiny. Like, that saved so much damage. Like, that won us the fight, right? Like, that Tiny stun just won the fight. I'll pick up Kunkka here, although I'm not particularly interested in playing it. His damage is really low, and we already have the human / Heartless bonus. Although if I get a 2-star Kunkka, I don't know, I might. Alright, so let's get rid of this Enchantress. We want Lone Druid as kind of our preferred Druid of choice, I'll say. Second Druid of choice to go along with Treant Protector. And we sell up to 50 to lock in our interest, and then we'll buy Kunkka and Drow Ranger once it locks in. So right now.
Everyone's
This looks scary. That's a Dragon Knight 2-star, and yeah, that's just stronger than anything we got going on, that's for sure. Okay. Yeah. That hurts. That's alright. We still have a reasonable path to success here. There's 5 people on Hunters. Jesus. Well, that was a lot more than when I committed to Hunters and was like, okay, there's like at most 3 people on Hunters. At most. I guess I didn't look closely enough at other people's benches. There's a Medusa. Alright, now we're going to swap to Hunters. I think, is Wind Ranger or Sniper better? I don't know, actually. Well, we're going to sell off the... we're going to sell off the Primordials to grab our interest, and then we're going to run with this comp. Now that we get Medusa... Actually, should Medusa or Luna have the Sacred Relic? Probably Medusa. Yeah, I think I messed this up. I messed up my formation, too. Medusa should not be in the front line. She should be moved back a step. Ouch. And that was really punishing. That hurt a lot. Okay. Do I need to get up to level 9 is the question. Level 9, I could throw in another Hunter at that point, or I could throw in... I could throw in... a Lone Druid is the idea. You know what? Let's just level. Cost me interest, but... Oh, crap. You know what? I'm doing it. I should have waited a turn. I probably should have. I think I panicked there and spent a little more than I really wanted to make that level up. But this did get me the Savage Alliance and the Druid Alliance. And I think it was worthwhile. Because I just can't afford to take another hit of that much damage. That would just be... just like end me. I mean, it wouldn't eliminate me, but it would hurt a whole lot. And at this point, you know, I'm going to lose 3 gold of interest. And, you know, 3 and then 2 and then 1 gold of interest. So, like, I lose like 7 or 8, call it 10 gold even. But that's worth it to avoid taking another hit of 13 damage there. Or something like that. 13 to 20 damage. That is definitely a trade-off I'm willing to make. Could we ever fit in a Tide Hunter? Are there any mages I care about? There really isn't that much magic damage that I care about. There's one guy who's running Dragon Knights. Those are going to hurt no matter how you slice it. Yeah, I don't think I really care for Tide Hunter. So, now I need to spend... I guess I could just replace Luna with it, right? I don't need to play Luna. I'm at level 9. That's 6 Hunters. Plus 2 Druids plus something. Could be Tide Hunter, could be Luna, could be a 7th Hunter. Forgot about that. Yeah, Luna is not really doing much for me because we already have the elusive bonus. She's just like a big damage source. I don't really need her. Like a Wind Ranger might be better. Can move the Sacred Relic over to Medusa. Let's see what item we get, and then I'll make that decision. Moonshard. Yes, please. Okay, Moonshard's gonna go on Medusa. Claymore onto Mirana, I guess. And then we gotta spend rerolls. We gotta find these units to 2-star. All right, let's I think I'd rather just run the Hunters rather than Tide Hunter here. The 7th Hunter. I think Beastmaster's still fine to have the the arcane boots. He gets it off pretty quick. We still need a 2-star lone druid to really put this comp into to get it to reach its potential, so that we get a 3-star treant or lone druid at some point. I don't think we're ever going to get up to level 10. Don't think that's going to happen. And if it ever does, because if the game really goes that long, then we'll probably look for another scaled again. But not really interested in any of these. Just interested in finding 2 stars on Sniper, Lycan, Medusa, and Lone Druid. Buy the Tidehunter, although if it costs me interest, I'm not going to hold on to him. It's going to cost me interest. I'm not going to hold on to him, because I don't really think I'm going to get to that point. And we did find our 2 upgrades, so that was pretty sweet. Also, we need to find an upgrade on Mirana, too, I suppose. I'll actually move Sniper up so that it's adjacent to the Drow Ranger. I forgot about that. That's a slight damage increase. Uh-oh, this is the one opponent that we probably wanted that Tidehunter for. But... oh, almost got him. No. Ah, so close. I think 5. Yeah. That's alright. We were on a pretty good win streak there. I'm not that upset. We definitely made it in the top 4 already, so that was pretty sweet. And we crushed the first place person for 11 damage. So I think we're in a good shape. Who are we still looking for? Lone Druid, Medusa. That's it. Oh, Mirana. Should I wonder if this build should be swapped to the other side. So that if we play up against that Dragon Knight comp again, our Beastmaster doesn't have to walk as far to get his ability off. And therefore he'll be able to cast, he'll be able to use his boots right away at, like, right at the start of the fight. That didn't go very well. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that was an assassin build, right? Yeah, elusive assassins. Don't know how much defense I really have against that. If any. Or if I just need to be... if I just need to find these last 2-star units. Is that the optimal play? I think so. Also progressing towards 3-star. There's a Medusa. Oh, there it is. There's a 2-star Medusa. Okay. Let's sell off these things. I don't know if I really needed to move back. I kind of moved back my units back as like I thought as something of a defense against like assassins, but I don't actually think it's gonna work out all that well. Oh my gosh, how much damage is Medusa dealing? That's pretty absurd. She did get a pretty big damage increase buff this patch. Her base attack damage went up by almost like 40%. It was something absurd.
That's what I like to see.
It was a pretty big damage increase. She has 279 DPS compared to our other hunters. I guess Wind Ranger is the closest. I still want to reroll for these. Oh, I don't need 2 right now because it's creep round. I was gonna say for these Lone Druids. That's what we need. Lone Druid and Mirana. I don't think getting to level up is ever gonna happen. How far away are we? On around 30. When we get to 12, then we'll be 35 gold away. We might be able to, but I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense to level up to try to get the Tide Hunter in, just for the scaled bonus and a little bit of CC. Because there's only one person we really care about the scaled bonus against, and that's the Dragon Knight comp, who's already in last place. Ooh, I guess Dagon? It's not great because we're not going to buy too many units. We have very few units that we're really like interested in purchasing. I guess Dagon is an item that kills something. Not great. I'm gonna sell off, I guess, the Drow Ranger to grab interest for sure. And I think I will sit on this to try to get Tide Hunter, unless that this bottom player gets eliminated here in the next round or two. Uh-oh. I might get eliminated by them. Uh-oh. Ouch. Yeah, that hurt. You're gonna...
Storms come and go. We'll be fine.
That doesn't eliminate us. Oh, but they got eliminated. Nice. Okay, sweet. So we don't need to level up. So now we can... we don't need the Tide Hunter. We need to find a way to beat Assassins and beat Scrappy. I don't know how we're going to do that. Both of those kind of are counters for what we're trying to do. Well, in any case, I think it starts with a Lone Druid 2-star, if anything. I don't think a Troll Warlord is really where we're going to be, but... Now... I'm going to move Lone Druid back and hopefully see if they can pick up an Assassin. Nope, they just walk right past them. And... yeah, okay. That's a 3-star Phantom Assassin with a Battle Fury. Yeah, that's gonna be game. All right, well, Hunters are pretty weak to Assassins as a general matter if we don't have the early CC effects, and without the scaled bonus, we were kind of weak to that Mage comp. So, Hunters still good. Well, I guess they became good again after having that week off where they were basically unplayable. Let's take a look at some of the better comps out there. So this is the Scrappy build. They've got the Scrappy build's got 6 Scrappy plus 4 Warlock. And the current first place has got the 6 Elusive 3 Assassin build, which is not something I've seen all that often. But I guess with the buffs to Mask of Madness and Battle Fury are really pulling some weight for him here. Like, look at that Slark just going crazy. That was absurd. That Slark was craziness. All right, so that's the game. So that Elusive Assassin build took it all down. But we did pretty respectably with Hunters, despite everybody else in the lobby also playing Hunters. I guess even the Elusive build also had 3 Hunters in it. Well, because 2 of them are Elusive. So, yeah. Sweet. I really like the new patch. I think this game is a little bit of an outlier with so many people going after the same strategies. I just noticed there's also 5 people with Summoning Stone. But it definitely has opened up new possibilities in the meta. So, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and you can keep up to date with all my Dota Underlords content. Thanks for watching. See you next time.